Welcome to tonight's free live training. It is 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and I just put it out there that I was going to get on tonight at 8. I'm going to wait for a few peeps to show up. What up, Morgan? And I'll tell you why I have this mic in just a little bit. Do you have your tea? If you can take a selfie with your tea or your wine or whatever, ashwagandha, do your thing. Hello, Monica. I'm just waiting for maybe like 3 to 5 gals, and then I'll explain why I have this mic. Welcome to my office, first of all. Hey, Jennifer girl. Welcome to the mic made me come on. Diana Ross. This is why the title came to me when I found this mic, and I can't wait to tell you about it. I hope you're in your PJs like me. Well, this isn't my PJs, but this is like the step before the PJs. Take a selfie. Let me know what you are appearing like today. Come on. There's a group of women. We all got to be honest here, don't we? Can you hear me? Give me some feedback, ladies. Can you see the mic? Diana Ross is in the house. Diana Ross is here. She's here to spread some joy to all those interested. And obviously I have some night owls in this crew, right? Write something below so I know that this mic is making you laugh as hard as it's making me laugh. And then I'm going to tell you why. And if you're joining now, this is my office. This couch here is where I used to have clients. And then I had like this big painting right here that I took down recently. And then that's the chair I sat in. And then this, like, I created my own little spiritual corner. And then the lighting was just gorgeous. Music was playing. Candles were on when clients came over. And now I don't have clients. No, I don't. So hey, anyone? Okay, so why do I have this mic? This mic is because, it's truly funny because I'm almost, oh my God, 7 o'clock. Thank you for joining. Let's give her a roundy right here. Why do I have this mic? I have this mic because I bought it when I started my podcast. And well, actually there's a second mic. The second mic I bought. The first one I bought, and honestly, I don't remember where it is, where it went, anything. And then I bought this one because this one was like the next best thing. And I want to say it was like $150 or something. And I was like, this is going to help me record my podcasts with clarity, and it'll just, it'll take those little glitches out every time I record a podcast. Followed this girl's blog, read the reviews. I was like, this is it. So recorded a podcast, this little guy, chatting into it, and guess what happened? There was no change. There was nothing different in anything that happened. So I got this, and then I've gotten so many other things because I was told to get these things, because that is going to give you the greatest, what's going on here? That's going to give you the greatest, chance for success in your business. You need this, you need that. And then if you get this super high-end, high-class, like this is one step below a Yeti, and a Yeti is like the really, I want to say it was the really expensive one, the really expensive mic. And I was like, I'm going to go there next, but first I'm going to try the second place one. The mic didn't work. The first mic didn't work. And you know what I did? I recorded the podcast anyway. And you know what I continue to do when I buy these high-end programs that are supposed to make your business easy, and these funnels, and they have all the things involved. And it has confused me more than anything. When you're like in years 1 through 5 of your business, and this is year 8 for me. So I think really like year 8 and year 7 and year 6 is really when you start understanding that simplicity is key. Simplicity is the place to go. And you will always go back to the basics when things start to get out of control. When it's like, I don't even know how to update my calendar. That's how crazy my system is. And the system is easier for some things, but I don't even know how to update the calendar. And I used to have this easy, like inexpensive calendar scheduler that I could do myself. And now I email my VA all the updated times, like, and my calendar changes, feels like daily, depending on what my husband's doing, what my kid's up to, if I booked a client session and she didn't go through the scheduling system. And then so I email, and if I had stuck with the basic, easy one, I could just go in there and then I could actually ask her to use those VA hours for something that, it's nice, but you will hold yourself back when you think that you have to have all the good stuff. Like, bootstrap this shit. Do like the basic stuff and you will have a business solely based on your hard work and your ability to figure things out. And I feel like I've been so scrappy my entire business career that I know so many different things, and people go, well, how'd you do this? And I'm like, I figured it out. They're like, well, how did you hear about this? And I go, I Googled it. And they're like, what? And I go, yeah. And then when people were going up above, like, MailChimp is probably the majority, where the majority of entrepreneurs start in terms of sending out an email. There's probably other ones, but that's what I started with. And that's what I know a lot of other coaches started with. And so I've had the push and the encouragement from other coaches to be like, go more, go higher, do this one, do that one. And I'm like, honestly, I don't know if I can. Like, MailChimp is so easy for me and I understand it and I don't use any of the extra features. I literally send an email and that's it. And that's all I want to do. I don't want to waste any time on the extra features. Like, I'm not interested in it. I would rather get the message out quickly. So if you are in that place in your business where someone's telling you that you need this or you need that to go next level, like, and it's equipment, or say you're trying to lose weight and you're working with a coach and she's like, this is going to be the thing that you need. Well, there can actually be help with that. But I think I'm not talking to people in MLMs. I'm talking to people who are like coaches. When you're like, well, try this supplement. And it's like, have you seen their blood test? Do you know if that supplement's actually what they're lacking? Do you know if that's really what they need? So instead of just, I feel like naturopaths do that all the time. They suggest, oh, well, this would probably help your fatigue. And then they give you something and then you take it for like 2 weeks and you go, nothing has happened. Or you get a Chinese herb and then they send you home and you're like, they go, oh, you should notice a difference in 3 days. And then so like 5 days later, still waiting on the change. And it's because I feel like there needs to be more listening. Oh, okay. So sorry guys, I didn't look at any of the comments yet. So can you give info? I would give you info on this mic, but I don't know how it works. Like, I don't know how it actually changes the volume. When I record the podcast, it sounded exactly the same. So I can't even suggest this to you in good faith because I don't even, either I don't get it and I'm just not tech savvy, or it doesn't work. If I could go back, I would have probably just sprung for the Yeti, because that's the other thing. And I say this with my weight loss clients. I'm like, if you want the cookie and then you don't eat it, but then you go for the protein pancakes, you go for the waffles, you go for the banana, you go for the smoothie, you go for the juice, but like you didn't want any of the other stuff, you just wanted the cookie. The better thing to do is just eat the cookie, because eat like half of it and then move on with your life. Like, don't spend all the time thinking that's not what I should have. Eat that, and then you don't go around eating all the other stuff. And isn't that entrepreneurship? Like, instead of hitting the ground running, instead of like contacting businesses or like going around dropping off flyers or business cards like the old school way, what we used to do, what we still do, like contacting people, going to their websites and seeing what their email address is and then asking them if they need the services that you provide. Instead, we go, well, I'm not going to do that. That's really too scary. That's like, I'm shy, I'm an introvert. So it's like, no, you're just not willing to do that kind of work. You want to just have your website, have your business card, post a few things on Facebook and Instagram, and then you're like, where the hell are the people? It doesn't work like that. And when anyone says like, what's it like having a online business? I'm like, well, I don't do just online. Like I lead retreats, I do speaking gigs, I hold workshops, I connect with my community. I used to teach fitness classes, and that's where a lot of my retreat people used to come from. And so it's knowing people offline too. And yes, you can have a successful online business, of course, but I think that is so much harder because like I don't understand. And a lot of the people that I get friend requested by, I get voice messages from them and they're like, hey, nice to meet you. And not to be too forward, but can you check out this nail thing? Or can you check out this makeup? And I'm like, okay, first of all, nice to meet you. Second of all, I'm not interested. Like first get to know me, know my vibe. If you ask me a question like, hey, do you love the mascara that you use? Because I have one that's non-toxic, and I saw on your profile that you're into holistic health, and I really think you'd love this. I tried Beauty Counter myself and I wasn't a fan. Then I'd be like, hell yeah, send me the link, and I'd probably end up buying it after I asked like a question or two. So know your audience. And when I wrote the title of Your Higher Self is Waiting for You to Step Up, it's exactly what I meant. It's like, stop hiding behind all the things you have to do. Stop hiding behind all the perfect like crap, because it is crap. I showed up in my sweater that I wear at home, and normally I might not show, I probably would, let's be honest, but I might not show up with this. I show up. I mean, this is how I show up. The weird part is when I'm like, and then I got my stuff on and my hoops. But like, if you look in the background, this doesn't say like perfection. This isn't like, this wouldn't be on Pinterest. This is real life. You don't have to have all the glitz and glamour. You don't have to show all the stuff. You just be you. And then as soon as you fully step into that higher version of yourself, you don't need all the other stuff that you think that you did to show that you're this good coach, or to show that you're a good mentor, to show that you're successful at what you do, because people don't want to hear that anymore. They want to know like, what the fuck was happening when you launched something and you got 0 signups, and then what'd you do after that? And they don't want to hear like, what you did and you got 50 people to sign up on your first time ever. Most entrepreneurs are like, are you kidding me? That's like a fluke. That's out of luck. It takes hard work, grinding, continual growth, mentorship. Like it's not a magic thing. So let me see what you guys said. Monica, did you like that book, The Everything is Figure Outable? I read like halfway through and I couldn't, it wasn't hooking me. Simplicity is key. Hey, Judy. Judy just signed up for the beauty detox retreat. So I'm excited to have her. That'll be fun, Judy. So I want to know, like, throughout all the bullshit, like cut all that crap aside and show up as you really are. What would you be showing up as? And this is really hard for people who have been trained to show up in a certain way. And, always have a smile on, have everything together, and look your best, and be presentable, and be professional. So it's harder to do that. So I want to know, I could probably get into the Audible version of the Everything is Figure Outable, but I want to know, like, if you could fully show up as who you are, like, and you wanted to wear something like this, but you felt like a complete idiot. So you're in your basic white and then your jeans, but you wanted to, like, step out on a limb, do something different, like create change in your life. What would you do, like, now, today, in this moment, tonight, tomorrow, next week? What's the thing that you would be doing differently? What would create change for you to show up as your authentic, real self? I would love to hear. I'd love to read, whatever that is. And then for the gal, I think it was Jennifer Bustamante, which is like such a sexy last name. I also know that, no, do I? I thought I knew another Bustamante. I swear I do. Brittany? Maybe. Yes, Judy, welcome to the group. This is the place where you can take the mask off and just be your complete self, because what's the point of doing anything besides that? So What happens when you take the mask off and you go, hey, I'll tell you what happens. So what happens when you do that and you show up as your authentic self, and you don't worry about if everything is perfect or if your brand's on point, or like, you're who you say you are, whatever. What happens is that you start collecting women or like your ideal people to you, and it's natural, and it's there's no like frantic energy, there's no push, there's no like, come on you guys, like why isn't everyone joining? It's like, be who you are, and then those who feel that and want to step into that same energetic vibration that you're putting out, they come. And I used to invite people to this group and they would decline, and I'd be like, okay, like no hard feelings. Or when people leave the group, I'm like, find a group that works for you. Like, that is the whole goal of this entire thing, is find something that you love. Monica, I'm protesting this week in Hartford where Gilmore Girls was filmed. Doing an impromptu live stream while I'm there would be more me than the biz version. Monica, I know exactly what you need to do, and you already wrote it out. You said that you need to be doing an impromptu live stream in Hartford. And so no advertising, just showing up as you are. And here's the beauty of that part, is that yesterday I was like, I really want to show up for free trainings throughout this week. And just like, I just like you, Monica, I didn't want any build up. I didn't want any marketing. I didn't want any email signups. I was like, I just want to get the messages out on a daily basis, because it's going to challenge me to show up, and it's going to challenge me to access that part of my brain that likes to activate a lot. And once I did that, I posted something yesterday, and then people were like, yeah, I'm coming. I'm like, awesome. And that was it. There was no advertising. There was no like email reminders. It was as simple and easy as possible, which is what I like doing more than anything. I love impromptu. I love improv. I love like being prepared, but not like to a T, because that always screws me up. So Monica, you know what to do. I'd love to help someone else get clarity on how they can show up as their higher self this week, and maybe even for the rest of this month. Like, how great would that feel? So let me know. And then again, at the beginning, I said, if you want to take a selfie and show your weird PJ outfit, or like, are you having any tea, or are the kids just crawling on you because you wanted to put them to bed at 7, but then it's almost 8:30 and they're still maniacs? Or are you just like, girl, I'm just straight chilling. There's no way in hell I'm putting up my selfie on this comment board. I'm waiting for, but I think I touched on this, or I got lost on Bustamante on that last name. The microphone that I would buy originally, if I was first starting out my podcast, I would get the Yeti. It's YETI, and I can't remember how much they are, but I want to say like $200. And that one's like the most highly rated podcast mic, and I know a lot of big timers use that. I just was like, I'm gonna try this. I swear I spent like $300 on mics, and none of them work. Or I'm just, like I said, not tech savvy. Okay. This is Jennifer says, this is my famous statement when I meet with people. And why? Because most of the time I am who I am. I do not want to chase me or my persona down all the time. So I say, what you see is what you get. This is who I am. And I love me in all of my messy, beautiful, comfy self. I like to show up, and for people to see me, you know what I mean. Yes, I feel the same way. Because what if you like, and that's where I think people get into trouble. Yes, okay, you're making me have a click light bulb moment. I just started working with this gal who joined the Activate Your Gifts Mastermind, and I have them fill out a questionnaire at the beginning. And she was saying, I don't know if she's on here right now, but she was saying how she'll get this client, and this client will pay like $3,000 for a few months of coaching. And she's like so excited by it. And then she goes, and then I'm completely tapped out, and I need to rest for like a month. And then I can't get another client because my energy is gone. I'm stripped. And what you're saying is what I'm going to tell her anyway and like coach her on as I'm going to say, like, you're obviously not tapping into the energy flowing through you. You're like, I can imagine it because I've done it. Like if you have an autoimmune and you're an entrepreneur, you've done this. You're just dragging and you've been on the couch all day and you're just exhausted. And then you're like, I gotta shower before this session. And you shower and you get ready. And then you show up and you're like, hey, oh yeah. And you do all that stuff. And then after 3 back-to-back sessions, you're done. You go back on the couch, you watch like 7 Netflix episodes, and then you go, like, I can only have one client right now. And then you don't meet your financial goals. And it's like this cycle that continues. So I love what you're saying. And I so get that because like I'm so connected to what you're saying. It's how I feel too. There's no way in hell I could pretend to be someone that I'm not because I wouldn't even know how. I'd be like, how did they see me on the live stream? And then in real life, then I'd probably be thinking, like, what do I even say right now? What do I even do? So yeah, you literally can just be yourself and people can smell from a mile away when you do, yeah, like, I mean, sometimes I am like that so I can access it really fast, but they can tell when you're just like, when the person goes, and they're doing it to like get a sale or they're doing it because they feel like that's who they need to be to do that, but they all end up in burnout. I've seen it happen so many times. I've seen like really successful entrepreneurs like surge in their success and they're in there for like 2 years and they're killing it and they're making like 300, 400,000. And then you don't hear anything because they tapped out. They went and got a corporate job. It was too much. They went into adrenal failure. And I've seen it happen so many times. So I don't want that for anyone. Exactly. And not be what you're not. Yeah, don't fake it. That's the biggest thing is when you step into your higher self, that's waiting for you there anyway. You were created perfectly. You were created as like everything you've gone through is exactly what you were supposed to go through to get you to where you are right now. So you don't have to be like this person, even if this person has a very successful business and you want what they have, you create your own version of that because you do have the thing inside. Sometimes it just takes like some time to develop that confidence to fully bring it out. Let's see, any more? I'm going to wrap up here because the Notebook is waiting for me upstairs, and I do mean the movie. I have a half hour left, and then I'm going to start reading Where the Crawdads Sing. I started yesterday, but then my little guy was like, Mom! And so I think I got like 20 pages in. So the Notebook and Where the Crawdads Sing. Anything else before I take off? Or I'm going to see you tomorrow again, and then I'm going to see you tomorrow, maybe like mid-morning-ish. I'm thinking maybe around like 9:45 in the morning. I would love to see you tomorrow too. And I also want to know, like, anything that you're going through, where can I support you? Where can I help you? Where can I coach you? Where can I empower you? Like, where are the blocks? Where do you need to break through? Because this is a full week and we have a lot going on, like, energetically with the full moons and the Mercury in retrograde and just like stepping into 2020. Like some people haven't fully stepped in yet because it's so big. Girl, you're good stuff. Okay, my loves, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.